I actually like this new page. Less traffic. I'm so tired. It's been such a long day, and it's time for me to get ready to go to bed. I needed to get it off my chest, and I needed to get it off my chest now. I think it's over. I think it's really over. You know, you can fight for something or for someone as much as you can. But to be in a relationship with someone who just lacks integrity all the way around, you can love a person and not like their behavior. Like, you can love someone so much, but their behavior is just over the top. I've been in a relationship for 10 going on 11 weeks with a woman who is so insanely jealous of everything and everyone, so insanely paranoid of everything and everyone, and constantly trying to find a way to manipulate like some kind of stranglehold, power hold over me. And it's like, no matter how much I acquiesce and no matter how much I try to bend, the one thing that I won't do is shit all over my principles and characters to make another person feel better. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I can't. I told Ty from the very beginning when we got together that nothing is more important to me than my walk with God. I've been telling Ty for the past couple of weeks, too much negativity isn't good, especially after we got swatted, which I think one of the strangest things that happened like a couple days ago, like, I came to her and I told her, I know I've been affected by the swatting. Like, we just kept up and, got up and kept it pushing. And we never really took the time to process. But the truth is, I'm affected. Like, having guns drawn in your face, assault rifles drawn in your face, for no reason at all. Because a bunch of people called and lied on you for prank and content. After everything I've been through this year, of course I'm affected. And I told that to Ty. I did. And she said she was perfectly fine. Hey, you're never perfectly fine when you're forced to have to stare down the barrel of a gun. Like, you're never okay. I don't care how dope you are. I don't care how have I been. Today has been a challenge because I think my relationship is coming to an end after 10 and a half weeks, and I think I'm ready to let it go. I mean, literally from the first week in our relationship, she would throw temper tantrums, and if she couldn't get her way, the first thing she would say is that she was going to revoke my bond and send me back to jail, and she's doing it again. She hasn't stopped, which is kind of emotionally abusive for somebody that's been through everything that I've been through. But to do all of it to cover up the fact that now that you got a little bit of fame, you got people sliding in your DMs and you're like corresponding and going back and forth with people, I mean, okay. Like, if that's really what you want to do, if that's what you came here for, was to find yourself a moment, if that's why you bonded me out of jail, because you were looking for a moment, and you just got caught up, you didn't realize how dope I was, and you stayed much longer than you were supposed to, and you told a bunch of lies, and you convinced a bunch of people that you cared when you didn't. I mean, the truth is, a little over a week ago, I was laid out here on this very floor in this apartment, and she did nothing to help me. I had to drag myself into the room, drag myself into the bed, and while I sat there, screamed for help as best as I could, because I wasn't in good shape. She just sat up, looked at me, laid on the floor. I literally had to scream for the phone just to get her to give me the phone, and then I had to dial 911 while I was in distress. And then she didn't start acting like she cared until the paramedic got here. And then she got online and, I'm going to take care of us and I'm going to do this and you're my baby and I love you, and the stress from the internet. And I'm like, it's not the stress from the internet, it's you. You're my stress. Now all of a sudden, you got a new girlfriend in the DMs. You done left the house. You done ran away from home 3 times in the same day. Now you sending me text messages talking about go back to my husband because you know I really love him. Like, that's the kind of shit that cheaters say when they want to try to move on to the next thing without being, called out for cheating. It's just all kind of sad. Like, I went through all of this hell with this person. This person brought all of this hell into my life as if I didn't have enough going on. And then Taisha Renee Johnson decides that she's going to do a doozy on me. I'm sorry. I just don't give no fuck. I don't like throwing it up in my face consistently about how my husband left me in jail to die and nobody cares about me and nobody loves me and all people want to do is use me and I don't have any real friends. And so what does that say about you? But then the second that somebody say they about to expose you with some shit, the first thing you do is find an excuse to get out the house with all the phones and not come back. And then when I send you text messages and I tell you that you already caught, all you gotta do is come back and we can talk about it and we can figure it out. And all you got to say is that you're gonna make me content. You're going to tell the truth about me and my truth stings more than yours. How could it possibly? I'm actually a good person who's lived a really compelling and dynamic life. Can I say the same about you, Taisha Renee Johnson? What I do know is this. When you're in a relationship with someone who's constantly trying to threaten you into doing what they want you to do, it's time to shut it down. It's too much evil energy everywhere, but Mercury is in retrograde, and this is what happens. People start acting out of character. They start doing all kinds of weird stuff. They start behaving all kinds of nuts. But when you take that and topple that on the fact that you're living a dishonest life and you're trying to still lie to the woman that you live with, that you're around every day, who's the smartest person that you know, that you keep trying to fool, and it's not working. People do need God and God's love. I couldn't agree more. And honestly, I'm glad there's not a lot of people here. I am. It's just weird. In my entire adult life, I've never been in a relationship where me being Jaguar right didn't play a factor in my relationship's demise. Truth is Jag kills all my relationships. And I'm used to it. Thank you. I intend to have a great rest of the year. I just think it's kind of shitty for Tysha Renee Johnson to be pulling this stunt just days before the anniversary of my son's passing and his 30th birthday. And it's like, it's the kind of meta shit you on? Well, then go be on it. I'm too old to be worried about keeping a motherfucker that don't want to be kept. And I'm definitely too dope to let somebody who slums for pussy in homeless shelters and drug addicts on the street, like, to let their negative opinion of me shake me in any way. Like, I actually think, like, some of these text messages that she just sent me was like on some, ooh, I'm gonna get you. I've been exposing myself for years. There is absolutely nothing that anybody can say about me that I wouldn't be perfectly all right with saying about myself. But what's really fucked up is that she's trying to leave me fucked up. She's trying to run off with the money again. She's trying to run off with all of my information. She's trying to run off with my documents, run off with my recordings. She won't give me the name of the number to the landlord at the new place so I can make new arrangements. Like, she's doing the most. And all of this hate, Kai. Yeah, I think me and TJ is over. Yeah. Yeah. And I already know what she's going to say. She's going to say that I said a bunch of bad things about her family. She's going to say that I'm mean, that I'm diabolical, that I'm this and that I'm that. And yeah. I don't know. Apparently, TJ got a new girlfriend. I mean, she won't talk to me and tell me the truth. She ran away from home 3 times a day, and then the last time she came back pretending that she left her phone charger in here. I went and checked, she didn't, and I told her I'm done with crazy for the night. Like, she can keep all that crazy out there. You know, so I just got to raise some more money because all of the money that I get, I've spent to take care of us. I mean, you need to keep TJ in prayer. You know, you need to keep her in prayer. She the one out there in them streets doing whatever crazy stuff she's doing. There's actually recordings of her. Like, the real her. She literally threatened to two-piece me on site earlier today on the phone with one of my friends. Like, you know what, 2 people, I mean, it's not even about keeping me a stash. I've been robbed of over $100,000 this year. People have done everything that they possibly can do to try to keep me. No, TJ's not admitting to anything. What TJ did try to do was spin it on me and tell me that I was working with Denat to take the text messages and expose her for all of the messages that she deleted behind my back. I don't know. Denat says he's got these messages. I read all the messages the other day. I didn't think it needed to be addressed, but TJ got so upset about it. And then she turned around and told me, I actually have her live recorded saying that she thinks I'm working with Denat to destroy her. Now, let's be honest, Kai. where that makes sense. That I'm working with Dana to fix these text messages to prove that she's been cheating on me. How does that make sense? Or does that not sound like somebody just lost their fucking mind? This ain't the first time she done it, Kai. She did it on Message Channel. That first fight at the very end, she actually had the audacity to lightweight insinuate that she thought I was working with Sean Davy Way to get her car repoed. So, I was working with Sean Davy Way to get the car repoed, but everybody knows that it wasn't me. Now I'm working with Danat on text messages that she deleted behind my back without me knowing. Please, somebody make that make sense. Matter of fact, you know what, Kai? Because you're so like... I like your young... Hold on a second.
Hey, what's up, yeah? I know, Jim. It's just these niggas.
You wanna know what's sad?
What's get it off your chest, Jim? What's sad?
That I'm nothing but protect her, and she came here with false intentions from the very beginning.
Right.
It's just sad. Like, I knew that she knew that there was a plan with Naisha. I knew that. Mm-hmm. And I told her I didn't care. Because I thought we had genuinely fallen in love. I thought we had genuinely fell into of something real. But when I heard Sean Davy Way say that she had been calling Naisha behind my back, I already knew.
Mm-hmm. And when you kept asking her a question, like, what that mean? I know you was like on your toes. You was like, you had to be, because she was putting her money on the bond, but it was a preconceived.
She didn't put no money on the bond.
Yeah, not money, but putting her name on the bond.
Which she uses as leverage to try to find a way to control me, because every other week she's saying that she wished that I was still in jail and that she won't get my bond revoked. She does it all the time.
Mm-hmm. And it was a preconceived, it was like premeditated. And even when she said that, when she was like, she tried to say Naisha, she studied you. Both of y'all did. Y'all both did. And it was like, you gotta protect your peace, Jag. You got to. I know these people, they don't deserve you. It's like, I'm
just sick and tired of being disappointed all the time, you know? I wasn't looking for a relationship with her. I told her that from the very beginning, and people have heard me say that.
Mm-hmm.
But when we got exposed, it was like, we can walk away now, and it could just look like a crazy thing, or we can give it a shot. And I said, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to give it a shot. So I'm like, well, I like you enough, and I'm going to love you. And the truth is I can't say that I don't love her. I don't like her as a person. I don't like her behavior. Her behavior is awful. It's terrible. It's disgusting. No woman her age should throw temper tantrums the way that she does on a constant basis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, the fights were epic, and the only reason the fights played out as great content was because I was in there guiding it and moving it and shaping it, and I knew what to do with it. But the truth is, you removed me from that whole situation, and she looks like a basket case, and it's sad. And I know how hard it is to live this life out front.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 10 times as hard for people who got a lot to hide.
Yeah.
But for her to start sitting there threatening me, talking about I'm gonna expose your truth and your truth is worse than mine and everything's content and you do your big one and you go run back to your husband and you what's up Kulu and you go run back to your husband because you just missed some dick and da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck are you talking to, yo?
Mm-hmm. You think she feels some type of way because the last videos you was talking about Goomba, and that's where the temper tantrums come in at.
She acts the same way when they talk about the Candace too.
She got yeah.
She's a jealous person, period. Mm-hmm. That's why she was with Naisha, because there was no competition. Didn't nobody want that bitch.
Show enough didn't. She didn't really have no substance. So, like you.
She ain't got shit, and she's big as a motherfucking the Empire State Building. Ty told me herself. They had to get drunk to have sex with each other.
I believe it. She's not attractive. In my opinion.
Listen to me. Ty literally told me herself recently that the only reason she was with Naisha was because she wanted to be superior in a relationship.
That shows, yeah.
I mean, her first female relationship that lasted for 11 years, she was with a woman who was a stud, and she was the film. That woman was also a drug addict. And they went through all of that shit that people in relationships with drug addicts go through until it ended. Mm-hmm. And then she decided that after being a femme for 11 years, she didn't want to be a femme anymore. She wanted to be a dime because she wanted to be in control. Mm-hmm. So she picked up Naisha at the homeless shelter.
And that's fucking sad.
And it's
like you turn trash into housewife. She already knew, and that's why she regressed it and didn't want to publicize it. If she fucked up,
she didn't want to be embarrassed.
Right, and
but you know what's really fucked up? I'm gonna tell you what's even more fucked up than all of that.
What?
That she wasn't honest with me about her feelings for me from jump. Mm-hmm. Now this is the wackest thing. You come here telling everybody you hadn't really been following me, you just happened to see it, and you were a fan of mine from back in the day, and you came in to help. So then why were you sitting there telling me how the night that I got released from jail, the whole family was happy and everybody was crying and they were so excited and so happy. Everybody was happy except for Naisha, she said. And then she went up in the bathroom and rubbed one out because she was so excited that I was out of jail. Like your bitches in the house downstairs and you upstairs masturbating thinking about me. Clearly there was more involved. Then she finally just admitted that she's had a crush on me all of this time and she's always wanted to be with me, you know. And then she finally admitted that one of my songs was her like, fuck you, I'm not feeling you song to Naisha.
She had an infatuation with you from the jump.
And she said that every time, no, I didn't realize that until I played it earlier today. Like, I played it earlier today, and she's singing every word, and she's on, and I'm like, damn, you must have seen this shit a lot. She was like, oh, this is a song that I would play for Naisha when she would get on my fucking nerves, and I just wanted to be left alone. So, you've had this kind of invisible relationship with me and my music for all of this time. You know that the bitch that you with knows all of this shit, and you decided that you was gonna come here to Texas, fall in love with me, and tell her and think that she wasn't gonna go ballistic. That don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm. Because that's a lie. She knew she was gonna go ballistic. That's why she deleted them recordings with all the proof. And that would have disclosed everything. And that's when you knew then You knew then. You knew.
But you know what though? People make mistakes.
They do.
And I was in a space where I wanted to believe for her more than I believed in her.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, when you believe in someone, they have your confidence. They have your trust. But she started breaking that nearly from the second that she got here. I mean, you heard in that recording that King Payne kept playing and kept cutting up and kept playing and kept cutting up. You heard me say, I wanted to go back to jail to get away from all of the craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Because after the second time, she said to me, if I didn't do things the way she wanted me to do things, she was going to take her name off the bond and I could just go back to jail. I'm like, when it take me the fuck back to jail, now you ain't got to threaten me.
Well, you ain't no hangman. You definitely ain't going to abide by nobody. That's
like, she was on that shit from day one. But I'm like, it's a lot. There's a lot of stress going on. There's a lot of stuff in the car I got took. Then, then the money dried up. And all of that was done to try to force her to go back. But she doubled down and stayed. I didn't make her stay. She said she wanted to. This is where she wanted to be. And I had embraced her. And I had already stepped out into this. But then you want to sit up there and start making a big deal about the Candace. You know what that was. Then you want to start making a big deal about my husband. Like, we were watching that show, The Ultimatum, on Netflix the other day. You know that show?
No, I'm going to tune in.
So basically, it's where a couple, one of them wants to get married, the other one doesn't. And so they come to this, like, resort, retreat, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they sit with a bunch of other couples who are in the same situation. One want to get married, one don't. And they swap couples to see what another view of life could look like with people that want the same thing that you want, into the same thing that you're into. And then you go back to your original person, see how it works with them now, knowing that there's this whole other thing that happened. And then after all of that, you got to make the decision on whether or not you want to marry the person or not. Mm-hmm. So that's the purpose of the show. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there watching it, and she said, yeah, I could never be on that show. And I'm like, well, why not? Because I could never watch my person be with anybody else. I could never do that. I'm too jealous for that. I don't do jealousy.
Right. Then that means that's true.
I don't believe in jealousy. I think it's a waste of time. Like, what's the point of being jealous of another person? Seems stupid to me. There's never been a time where, in my adult life, when I was a kid, yeah, I had those stupid moments when I was a kid. But as an adult, there has never been a time where I've been so jealous of another human being that it forced me to do something stupid or say something stupid or be mean or whatever. No. If I'm mean to you, it's because you got it coming and you had it coming and you deserved it. That's me. I don't need to make up excuses for my behavior. But at the end of the day, that's just what I'm getting back to. It's like, she has the ability to be a wonderful person, but the truth is that she's a very broken person.
Yeah. It's something called arrested development,
Exactly. And from all of the abuse that she suffered in her family, because she was essayed a lot in her family. A lot.
Unfortunately.
Her whole life, very, very, very complicated. Just mom and dad were never married because dad was already married and mom was the side joint that got pregnant, and she was raised in all of that chaos, and then she was molested, and then she was essayed, and then she had a baby at 15. Like, the hits just never stopped. Then she got involved with a woman when she was 17 years old, who was 10 years older than her, who, is who she had her first lesbian relationship with. Like her whole life has just been about assimilating, not really asserting herself, but just assimilating.
Mm-hmm.
And a person who assimilates doesn't really work well with someone who doesn't.
Right.
And it's just sad because I really do love her. This is unhealthy. Like she done ran away from home 25 times in the past 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and that's what she,
while, huh?
I was gonna say that's what she's used to with Naisha. And didn't y'all say y'all set rules of y'all relationship and you can't keep breaking them? You in this relationship, a healthy one at least, is about compromise. You gotta compromise. And if you coming in with different notions in the relationship, it's gonna be dysfunctional. And being in the public eye is not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
But what's worse than that is you take all of that energy and then you tell me that I'm working with the knot to take you down. What?
Right. To take you down. That's that. It's either projection or like, come on now, for what? That's the op. Y'all just debunked them with that nigga a few days ago.
Listen to me. Everybody that I'm beefing with right now, most of the reason why I'm beefing is because of her.
Right. Hello. She came out the blue.
Now you got people sliding in your DMs, talking about, hey, can I send you pics? And I'm not doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the fucking celebrity. She's starting to sound a lot like my husband.
Mm-hmm. That came through my head.
Getting turned out on that quick fame, that instant fame. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden.
That's a shame before God. People can't handle it like I used to. Just like it's about you.
I think the fact that she's running off with all of my phone numbers, all of my contacts, all of my recordings that she has in those devices. Like she wouldn't even give me my son's phone number. My son's phone number is in that phone.
Mm. And that makes you dread a person like that malicious shit.
No, my thing is if you leave, and that's fine, leave. But there's no need for you to leave with all of my things, especially considering that I've been financially supporting you all summer long.
Right.
Like, we don't talk about it, but a bulk of all cash apps I received went straight to her.
Mm-hmm. And I know y'all shared them.
Wait a minute, share. I'm the one that's providing.
Right. Come on now. That's the fucked up part about it.
Every day I get up and grind every day, and then I can't get no help to do the stuff that we need to do. Like today, I had a phone call that I needed to make about a deal that I was setting up. It would have been a nice deposit either tonight or tomorrow, but she was going with the phone all day, and I didn't have a number. And he's not on social media like that. So, and the person that he connected me through is out of the country on vacation. All I had was his office number, and the only number he had was that one. And he does not talk on social media. So you just ruined.
Now, Jag, I got some questions. Why are you always revealing someone's essay story, especially for the purposes of low rating and demeaning them? Just asking. Why do you need to raise money if TJ took the cards that you would be able to access the money with? And were you only talking about Goomba and Triple D as a means of making TJ jealous. Just asking.